Hey guys. So I'm here in between raindrops to unbox Return. I'm very nervous. I'm hoping the car noises aren't too bad, but I really feel like this is an appropriate place to do what I'm about to do, and I just want to do it. I got my dad here for the occasion, and let's just do it. So here are the first two. We got Dreams, we got Waiting, and the arrival for today. So like I said, I really hope the car noises aren't too bad. You guys can hear me pretty good. Let's just do it. This is such a big deal for me because I feel like this is such closure to like a whole era for me is what this feels like. So my heart is pounding and it just feels really intense. Oh my God. Okay. Before I look at it, hold on guys, hold on. And there she is. Oh my gosh. My hands are shaking. I love the show. My hands are shaking so bad. She's beautiful. She is definitely beautiful. So, I really want to talk just a few minutes about why this trilogy was so important to me, why I'm sitting where I'm sitting, and why I have my dad with me. And it's just because July 3rd, 2012, I got a phone call while watching fireworks that I needed to immediately get to the emergency room. And upon arriving, I found out that my dad, they really don't know what happened to him, but basically his heart had exploded. The top part of his heart and the bottom part of his heart was an AFib. He flatlined twice, was down 45 minutes each time, but they did get him back. And basically he was on life support. And my parents are divorced at the time, and I was his beneficiary person who makes all of his decisions. Basically, 3 days later, it was to be made the decision, what measures did we want to keep on taking to keep him alive, because basically he was brain dead, and the machines, they thought, I should say that, because that was a big thing for me, because it was never actually confirmed out of a doctor's mouth, like, hey, your dad's brain dead. It was, the amount of times that he was down, and we've taken all measures. There's no more medicine to keep him alive. And if, we were to take him off the machines, we believe he would pass away immediately. What kind of measures do you want to keep on taking? And then once he leaves the hospital, he'll be intubated and basically be a vegetable. And once he leaves the hospital, you'll no longer have the ability to make any decisions for him. So July 5th at almost midnight, I made the decision to take him off the machines and let him pass. But after that, I stayed with him. It took him about 3 minutes to pass away while he took his final breaths. I was tormented for months after, though, with the feeling that I killed my dad. And second of all, those 3 days. Where was he? Could he hear me? All of these things. And I had to tunnel all of this in because I felt like my life had completely shattered. I had a very tumultuous, if you will, relationship with my dad. So even to be left to make those kind of final decisions was like wow. Was just like wow. So to sum all this up, in the back of the book, I wrote a word from the author. And I believe to just finish this off and to have final permanent closure, now 2020, I'm going to read the word from the author. First, thank you for reading the Burning trilogy. I hope you enjoyed Margot and Bastian's journey. This was a tough journey for me as well. This story derived from the pain of losing my father. I had to make the heart-wrenching decision to take him off life support while him only being 53, and needed a way to work out my emotions in a constructive way. Let me explain. I have always wanted to be a writer, and with the sudden passing of my father, I thought better now than never. He helped me realize that tomorrow isn't always going to be there, and that I needed to make my dreams of becoming an author come true. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Okay. Dreams are a powerful thing, and they can drive you to do things that are outside of your normal character. That kind of thinking birthed the name of my debut novel, Dreams, and a character in which a dream changed everything. So, with a dream in my pocket, I used his passing to push me forward to write as I mourned. Being new to this writing thing, I decided to write what I knew and what I was experiencing, in hopes it would feel real to the reader. I grew up on the Jersey Shore and lived a year in Tennessee. So, all the places you went to with the characters are real. My hope was that the landscape would become its own character. You would feel as if you were there with Margot as she stood by the ocean. I hope I conveyed how different the characters are from each other as they reflect their home states. This is where I first began to plot out the storyline as I took familiar places and wove Margot and Bastian through them. Sticking with the theme of writing what I know, just like my character with a dream, I am too a Christian. Being a Christian is easy when life is good, but what about when it isn't? I remember wanting nothing more than to see my father healed as he lay in that hospital bed, hooked to many machines. I remember the conversations with God, pleading with him to heal my father's heart, but those prayers went unanswered. After he passed, I would lie in my own bed and envision what it would have been like if I did lay my hands on my father and his damaged heart healed. What would have that looked like? And not only in the natural, but also in the supernatural. Those ponderings gave life to Margot's story with her dreams of burning hands that she would later find out had the gift of healing. My father was on life support for 3 days. The question of what he may have experienced in that time kept me up at night. I often wondered if his spirit had left his shell, and if he was with us as we sat at his bedside. Did his spirit finally leave when he took his last breath? Did he see angels? Was there a battle for his soul? Did he hear a voice? Was there a light at the end of the tunnel, or nothing at all? I refused to believe my father slipped away to empty space. So I began to imagine what behind the veil might look like. I took comfort in thinking he saw his buffer, and then that very host escorted my father home. What was it like passing through the veil to get to the other side? Those thoughts became the Burning Trilogy's inspiration. Bastian was many shades of grief poured out on paper. I too fought with many things Bastian did. Anger and disbelief took root in me quickly after my dad's passing, and I always believed in a good God. How could he let my father die in a manner in which he did? Being a Christian who believes in healing, I was angry with God. I wanted to understand why my father went unhealed. I struggled with my faith, wanting to believe, but seeing something different in reality as I went to pick up my father's ashes. Wanting to understand what was happening with him on the other side and dealing with what was left here in the wake of his death on my side, played with my mind. I questioned everything. Even now as I write this, it brings back old feelings. The Burning Trilogy was a blessing and a curse. It helped me work out some tough feelings, but it always seemed to raise up serious questions in my faith as well. As I tried to work through them, I allowed the raw emotions of death, the supernatural, and how God plays a part in it all to guide me through the 3 books. I had many experiences while writing the trilogy, and the books reflect that. One day I would question if God is real, and on another day have a knowing that there is something more, similar to Margot's experience on the dock in Tennessee. All 3 books reflect the ups and downs of grief and human nature as it tries to understand the world we cannot see, but believe is there. I am happy to say, just like the characters in my story, I too have made peace with God even after suffering more losses. His unfailing love conquered this broken heart. His all-consuming light pushed the darkness from my mind and gave me peace that surpasses understanding. I am thankful to Margot and Bastian, and yes, even Max. They allowed me to grieve in a very unique way, and they will always be close to me as I now see myself in all three of them. My imagination eased my constant thoughts about angels, demons, and the world beyond ours. In some ways, I believe that world is more real than the one you and I occupy now. I truly do believe the world of good and evil, light and darkness, angels and demons, governs our world with influences we may recognize if we just look hard enough. I am grateful for this wonderful experience, but I am brave enough now to move on. I have all new stories to write and new characters to develop. I am excited about my future, and I hope you stick around and meet some new friends this crazy mind is thinking up. I want to thank my God and Savior. He blessed me with the gift of creativity and lit a fire in my soul that is unquenchable. You are the light of the world, and I am but a spark in it, but the day will come when I fully understand. And oh, what a day that will be. I also want to thank my family for all your help, patience, and encouragement. You are amazing, and I love you all dearly. I know my ideas are different, but thanks for being enthusiastic about them. Even if you don't always get it, you are a true blessing. Okay. Dad, I thank you for lighting a fire under my butt to pursue the things that make me feel alive with purpose. I wish it could have come about a different way, but nonetheless, the burning trilogy is for you and Papa God, with my deepest gratitude. Thank you. I want to thank my readers. You guys rock. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but for those of you who dared to take a sip and wanted more, you blessed my heart richly. Your support means the world to me. Thank you for sticking through this crazy ride and seeing the best of Margot and Bastion's story. No matter how all over the place it was, I humbly say thank you. I hope this sheds some light on the things that you read or will read in these 3 books. I hope characters that reflect my heart made an impact on you, and most of all, that you saw the heart of the Father. His love was a constant current through all 3 books. If you are struggling today with grief, hurt, or loneliness, know a very real God loves you, and He is but a whisper away. My season of grieving is over, and as I write the final words to the burning trilogy, I feel at peace, but I will never stop searching for the deeper things of the unknown world that parallels our own. With my kindest regards, Missy. It's done. It's finished. Where it began, where it went, and where it finished. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So my final words to you guys are, if you have a dream, pursue it. Pursue it with all that you have, because I'm living proof that dreams do come true. You're not always promised tomorrow. So don't wait. Pursue them now, because one day your dreams could come true too. And I just want to thank you, Dad, and thank you, Papa. I feel like I can finally say, it's finished. It's over. And I'm free, and I can move forward. Bye, guys.